I wanted to surprise my wife with flowers after she became the CEO of a successful company. But instead a security guard laughed and told me he sees her husband every day, and what happened next changed my life forever. My name is David, and my wife Linda had just become the CEO of a fast-growing company. I was incredibly proud of her, but she was working long hours and had no time to celebrate, so I decided to surprise her at the office with flowers and lunch. When I arrived, a security guard stopped me at the authorized personnel-only entrance and asked who I was there to see. I told him proudly that I was the CEO's husband, and he suddenly laughed and said that was impossible, because he sees her husband every single day, and he was walking out right then. I turned around and saw a well-dressed man leaving with my wife's favorite coffee mug, and the guard even greeted him by name. My heart was racing, but I stayed calm, thanked the guard, and watched from a distance as the man waited by an expensive car. Moments later my wife came out smiling and hugged him like they knew each other deeply. I didn't confront them. Instead, I followed them to a restaurant where they laughed, talked, and held hands. That night I went home early, put the untouched flowers on the kitchen table, and when she asked about my day, I simply asked how work was. She said it was busy and nothing unusual happened, so I placed the photo I took at the restaurant in front of her. Her smile vanished, the room went silent, and she first claimed he was a business partner, before admitting they had become emotionally close through late meetings, trips, and secrets she never planned to confess. I didn't shout or beg. The next morning, I packed my things, called a lawyer, and started over, because one painful truth was better than a lifetime of comfortable lies. Months later I found peace again and realized that respect, honesty, and loyalty matter more than any title, money, or career, and that losing the wrong person is often the first step to finding yourself. As I walked away from that office, I realized something that changed my life forever. The greatest pain wasn't discovering another man, it was realizing I had ignored every warning sign because I trusted someone who had already stopped choosing me that day. I didn't lose my marriage. I lost the illusion that love alone can keep two people together. Respect, honesty, and loyalty are the real foundation of every relationship, and once they disappear, everything else eventually falls apart. The following months were difficult. There were lonely nights, unanswered questions, and memories that refused to disappear. But with every sunrise, I became stronger. I focused on rebuilding my confidence, my career, and my peace of mind slowly. I understood that healing doesn't happen in a single day. It happens one decision at a time. Every step forward became proof that my future was no longer controlled by someone else's betrayal. A year later, I looked back without anger. I no longer wished for revenge or explanations. I was grateful because the truth had set me free before I wasted more years living a lie. Sometimes the most painful chapter becomes the beginning of the best part of your life. Never chase someone who has already chosen someone else. Instead, choose yourself, because the right people will never make you question your worth. And remember, lies can survive for a while, but the truth always arrives right on time, and when it does, it changes everything forever. If someone truly values you, they will never make you question your place in their life, because lies always leave footprints. The truth always arrives, and self-respect is more valuable than staying in a relationship built on deception.